Shalom, shalom, everyone that's tuning in. If y'all can hear me by the sound of my voice, we'll get started real shortly. Just bear with me for a few seconds and we'll get started, y'all. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom. Yeah. All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakathum. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahshua is Precinct Officer Dawashab of the Isupk, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Uh, like every Tuesday, it's a Brotherhood class from 6:30 to 8:30, broadcasting live from Orlando, Florida. We in the Hart Memorial Library. That's 211 East Stacken Avenue from 6:30 to 8:30 every Tuesday. All right, so if you're looking to get your questions answered directly or you want to learn directly, you're more than welcome to come. You know what I'm saying? Every Tuesday, I'm in the building from 6:30 to 8:30, breaking down these scriptures for the Brotherhood class. Uh, if I got any brothers, any troopers, any soldiers, any officers, anybody that would like to participate into the live, I posted the link on the YouTube chat. Right, I'm definitely gonna need some shooters, man, some readers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need somebody to help me out with the reading. So please don't hesitate. Click on the link. Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Click on the link so that way we can get this thing rocking and rolling more efficiently. All right. Also, the attendance sign-in is in the YouTube link. If you're new in the school, if you're looking to join the school, don't have a Hebrew name. Make sure you click on that link so you can be counted for attendance. All right. It goes with according with your 90 days. All right, your 90-day period in receiving your Hebrew name if completed, right? So you have to be accounted for attendance. If you want credit for this class, click on the link. Right? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let me make the statement again. Shalom, shalom. You know, if y'all want to participate in reading, please click on the link. Click on the link. I got it in the YouTube chat. Click on that link, man. Troopers, officers alike. Got the live link on the YouTube chat. Boom, right there. Just go on the YouTube chat, click on that link. Troopers, officers, somebody. All righty. In the meantime, all right, so we're going to get started with the Brotherhood class. There you go. There you go. You know, Shalom, yo, man, you know I can count on my nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Big up. Big up, awesome the shock, man. One solid brother, man. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Newly raised officer of 5,000 here in the ISUPK, which is not an easy rank to obtain. I don't know if you know that. To be a trooper is not easy in the ISUPK, let alone to be an officer of 5,000. Man, the Lord knows what this brother had to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't try him. You will find out what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, man. That's a mighty brother in this work, man. And built up the ICPK. Yeah, I'm right.
Water to you, sir.
Most high in Christ, most high in Christ. So we're gonna get it rocking and rolling, the shot. What you think? Introduction.
Yes,
think it's time. All right. All right, nobody, no questions and nothing like that. All right, so we'll continue with the topic like usual. Tonight's topic, you know, I feel like addressing the elephant in the room about who are the Jews, man. You know what I'm saying? If you see the title of the topic is Imposters Among Us. You know what I'm saying? There is people who are making the claim to be Jews and have been making this claim for years. Mm-hmm. Now, most people would say that Black people following after a quote unquote Jewish culture is, you know, something that's fairly new. That you know, that's a new movement that's coming about here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? When really this is something that us as Jews, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, been practicing throughout our generations. You know what I'm saying? And the same tool and the same material the Jewish man touts around with and claimed to be his own in order for him to establish the state of Israel as a Jew, and I'm talking about the Bible, aka the Torah, we're going to go into that same source of information and find out who does it validate. Does it validate him being a Jew, or does it validate so-called African Americans, man? Right? We're going to have to address this issue because it's going to be an ongoing issue. And the fact that nobody want to speak about it, you know what I'm saying, which we see it was going on with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, further proves, you know, the point of if there's any validity to this, right? Where is the Jewish rabbis who may not agree that Black people are the Jews? At least come with the argument that can, you know, counteract it, right? You claim to be a Jew, well, show me your proof then. All right, I'm gonna go straight into the Bible, straight into the Torah and the Tanakh, showing who the Jews are. Right, so let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to the nitty gritty, man. Let's get Revelations 2 and 9.
Donald Khan. Donald Khan, sir. The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know thy works.
I know thy works, right? This is Christ speaking. He's speaking to his people, saying, I know thy works. Read on.
Donald Khan. In tribulation.
Mm-hmm.
In poverty.
Right. Because the Jews, the real Jews that existing on this earth today, they are suffering under tribulation and poverty right now. Right? This description fits only one specific group of people. Right? If the so-called Jewish man is not worried about being pulled over and possibly losing his life over a speeding ticket from a racist police officer. That's not something he has to worry about. You don't have to worry about whether or not his dress code is too aggressive or is it appropriate enough for him to wear outside in order for him not to get shot down in the streets. That's something that he doesn't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But as a black man, this is something that we worry about. You know what I'm saying? We worried about if we're going to have enough rent to pay for the month, or if the landlord, you know what I'm saying, some Jewish landlord is going to be willing to raise the property tax out of nowhere. You get what I'm saying? We got to figure out what we going to eat. Either spend the money on the bill or on groceries. You get what I'm saying? We gotta wonder if I'm making a right deal in my music contract that I work for and that I grind for to help out my family so they can get out of the hellhole that they under. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wonder if I'm being robbed or am I being shorted out into my contract. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We don't own no record labels. But guess who does? You know what I'm saying? Your friendly neighborhood Jewish man. You know what I'm saying? Is that right? You know what I'm saying? That is a fact, right? Tell me not the shot. You know what I'm saying? You pull up the records, his he's on there, right? You know what I'm saying? Pull up any record label, you will find some Jewish man sitting at the top of it. And it's not no anti-Semitic trope. If the proof is right there, right? You do have control of the music industry. It's just written on record, right? But our people are on the disadvantaged end of possibly losing out on a bad deal, while you reap all the benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because we are the real Jews, man. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, Austin the Shock. I don't know if you able to pull up videos on your end or la.
Put it in the chat. No, I don't know how to do that, sir.
Like to pull it up on the stream. Nah, right? I mean, it's the wild if you.
I could probably get it on the TV and then show the TV.
Okay. Would it be too much of an hassle to do so if it's
No.
okay? Okay, all right. The water works because there is a particular video that I want to bring up. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring this as evidence before the judge, right? Judge God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? The one that is the only authority on this earth to judge and that's ruling over this earth. You get what I'm saying? And like any good judge, he don't have a personal interest in the prosecutor, nor does he have a personal interest in the defendant. You know what I'm saying? Any good judge focus on the evidence. And I want to show the evidence of the discrimination towards Black people from the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? That they refuse to take accountability for. They refuse to stand up and say, hey, I'm Jewish. You know what I'm saying? And what these Jewish people are doing to these Black artists is wrong. Hey, I'm Jewish, and what these Jewish people is doing to the Black Jews in Israel is wrong. What they're doing to them in their neighborhoods is wrong. Their contribution to the transatlantic slave trade is wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you don't see amongst their community. All right. because they make it seem as if they are always on the right side of history. They're always portrayed as the good guys or somebody you should just leave alone because they're just minding their own business. You know what I'm saying? When these people live a lifestyle or would live within a society that's racist towards black people.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? There is, listen, we're gonna pull up the Talmud as well too. We're gonna get there. Were you able to get it hooked up on the TV?
I can put something on the TV and then show the television through
Okay.
my
Okay, kind. If you could go on YouTube and type in Donald Sterling. Donald Sterling. How many of y'all remember Donald Sterling? Y'all remember Donald Sterling? The controversy. All right. Do you see where it says the leaked tape or something like that?
It says tape. I see where it says tape.
Leaked or something like that.
Leaked. All right, let me put leaked tape in there.
Oh, I mean, if it says tape, I think it should be.
Okay.
That should be to wow. Yeah. Shalom, Troop Zahab, to wow. Troop Mashah, what's going on? Shayara. Shalom, sis. Gabor, Awesome Magazar, what's going on, y'all?
Okay, it's the Clippers owner?
Yeah. You remember that story?
Not really, sir.
Okay. Pull it up. Let's do a little bit of refreshment. Because yeah, we don't even have to put it up on video, matter of fact. Because all we need is just a voice. Because it's a tape recording.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's perfect. I can hear it when you played it. I heard it.
Okay, calm.
Honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too.
Okay.
I wish
So
I could see the skin.
All right. You can pause that real quick.
Select, sir.
Nation transfixed by controversy. Call it the tale of the tape. One of Hollywood's richest moguls, the owner of the LA.
Okay. Is there not the news article of it, but the actual the leak recording?
I'm sorry too. I wish I could change the skin, the color of my skin.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect right there. How long is that video?
I'm not broadcasting anything.
You can hear me in the shot?
I don't do anything.
Select, sir.
Yeah, pause that real quick. How long is that video?
9 minutes.
Yeah, that's that's perfect right there. How many everybody in the chat that's in the class remember who Donald Sterling is, right? Somebody type it in the chat real quick. Donald Sterling. How many of y'all remember the incident with Donald Sterling? All right. I'm going to give you the brief rundown for time's sake. Donald Sterling was the owner of the LA Clippers basketball team. All right. While he was in ownership of the Clippers basketball team, he was married to I'm assuming she a sister. I think she Isupk, right? He was married to a sister, right? And this sister happened to be acquaintances with the basketball players. And she ended up inviting one of the legendary star players of basketball, Magic Johnson, to the game with her, or was seen out with her, or took a picture with him or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was frustrated at the fact that his mistress took a picture with Magic Johnson. So, of course, this, woman who's only using this old decrepit fool for his money, you know what I'm saying, is trying to out him out, right? So she secretly recorded him while they was having a conversation about the photo that she took with Magic Johnson. Now, the reason I'm bringing this back up, right? This happened back in 2016, 15, around there, I think. It don't even say the year, right?
Wow.
Okay, kind. I think it was around that time frame, right? It was a couple years back, right? The reason why I'm bringing this back up is because you gotta hear the significance of what he was saying in the tape recording, right? The media will make it seem as if this is an isolated incident, meaning like this is just Donald Sterling. He's only racist. He's crazy. They'll just kick him out of the Clippers. He ain't gonna own the team, right? But the statements that he was making, unaware that he's being recorded, right? So he's speaking genuinely. The statements that he was making, you have to understand how it affects Black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? He was saying something very significant that most of us missed. And by understanding what he said, you will understand the relationship between the Jewish community and Black people. All right? Go ahead. You was gonna say something else in the shot? If you want, chime in anytime, you already know.
No, not at this time.
All right, no sweat word.
Come on.
You go ahead, Soldier.
Yes, sir.
Wrong. Nobody said you did anything wrong. I don't do anything wrong. If we ever have any issues, people call and tell you things about me that are not true. I'm not broadcasting things. Pictures with minorities. Why? What's wrong with minorities?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with Black people? What's wrong with these guys?
Talking to the enemy. There's nothing wrong with minorities. You're fabulous. Because you're an enemy to me.
Why?
Because you don't understand.
I don't understand what? That racism still is alive.
No, there's a culture.
What is
Hold on. Pause that right there. Pause that right there. You pause it and run it back a little tad bit, Taste, when he said there is a culture, right? I don't know if I can hear it too good, but she's saying, talking about Magic Johnson, she's saying, well, what's wrong with me taking this picture with him? He's a Black man. I'm Black. What's wrong with being around Black people? His issue is the fact that it's a Black man that she took a picture with. You know what I'm saying? That's his issue. You know why? Because he has a certain status that he has to live up to as a Jewish man. And not just a Jewish man, but an elite Jewish man. Meaning this guy had buku money. You know what I'm saying? He owned property in LA, the owner of the Clippers. She's saying, well, what's wrong with being Black? What's wrong with Black people? And he's trying to explain to her that there is a culture. Now, what culture is he talking about? Right? Run that back real quick, Michelle. Tad bit.
Yes, sir.
There's a culture. Most people see a certain thing. People see a certain thing for themselves. Blacks see a certain thing for other groups. It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
But it's not that way in
Hold
my
on.
house in minority.
But maybe you want to adjust to the world.
But why? The world doesn't do anything for me. They don't make me happy.
I don't want to argue with you.
Hold on. Pause it real quick.
It's in my mind.
And that's good.
Austin the shot. Can you hear me?
Come on.
Okay, Kyle, you heard what he said? I don't know if there's anybody in the chat. If y'all can hear it, please put a 1. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can hear it. You know what I'm saying? If you heard what he said, I live in a culture,
Right.
in a world, in a society where it's unacceptable to mingle with Black people. Now, what is that talking about? Is that something isolated that we shouldn't, look too deep into? What do you think that's talking about, Austin the Shot?
He just said it's his culture. Like his whole, not just him, like a culture consists of a society of people. You know what I mean? Like it's not just him. It's not just his house. He said it's a culture. You know what I mean? So it's a race of people down there that live by this, this moral.
Get that brother in, man. You're exactly right, man. Meaning, like, it's not just him isolated. He's speaking about being a Jew or being Jewish. As a Jewish man, he lives within a world where they discriminate against Black people. That's the world that he lives in. And he's saying as if what is wrong? Like, how do you not know this? Right? He's telling her, like, listen, I'm a Jew. It's just the way it is as a Jew. They understand that they're supposed to be separate from everybody, right? Based upon the laws that's written of in the Bible, right? They don't have no intention with loving black people, with integrating with black people, or accepting you as a Jew, because the world that they live in discriminates against you. That's why they're trying to deport black people out of Israel right now. That's why that Kyrie Irving is getting so much backlash over a clip that he posted, man. You know what I'm saying? It's because the world of Jews do not want black people in. You know what I'm saying? And this is not just, Donald Sterling saying it individually, man. You know what I'm saying? Any more on the tape, Austin the Shot? Play a little bit more. I think he says more to that, too.
Okay, Colonel, go back a little bit.
The world doesn't do anything for me. They don't make me happy.
I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue.
I can't be racist in my heart.
That's good. I'm living in a culture, and I have to live in a culture.
Hold on now. Please, the shot. Run that back one more time, man. That's that little part. One more time, Baba Kashab. Now, this is an elite Jewish man. He ain't the average Jewish man that's walking down Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the average Jewish man that just in the synagogue and all of that. Meaning he is the top Jewish man, you know what I'm saying, that controls the things at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, he controls the things that's at the bottom because he has the money to do so. And he surrounds himself with people that's like-minded, because that's the world and the culture that he's in. Play that real quick, Austin the Shot.
Okay.
I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue.
I can't be racist in my heart.
That's good. I'm living in a culture, and I have to live within the culture. So that's the way it is. That's how I got it. Hold on a second. You live with your heart.
I don't.
You can't.
I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Slacky.
Okay, nah, it's all good. That little part right there, he goes on to say more about that's just the way it is. I don't know, he continues to say that, but for time's sake, we ain't gonna play the whole thing. But that little part right there is significant enough. You know what I'm saying? That statement is a impactful statement for us to understand. We should have dissected on what he was talking about. Meaning Donald Sterling is not the only bad apple within the Jewish community. He has a whole class of them. He surrounds himself with people that discriminate against minorities, that don't want to be seen with minorities, that don't want to integrate with minorities. And you say we are wrong for claiming to be Jews? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't out here trying to, harm a Jewish man or do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, they have acts of hate against us. Actual acts of hate. You get what I'm saying? By cutting you out on in your funds, cutting you out of your property, funding the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? And that's the world Donald Sterling grew up in, man. You know what I'm saying? He can never be a Jew, right? But his people understand that you making that claim, you know what I'm saying, is taken away from his, Jewish, Judaism. You know what I'm saying? Like that, how dare this Negro come into my world? You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, Austin the Shot.
Like what you just said is real strong, because like you saying that you're a Jew, it's almost like now he can't discriminate against you. He can't hate you. He can't, abuse you. He can't use you because you say, I'm the same as you. You can't, you know what I mean? Like the Bible say, Jews got to stick together. So you can't say you're a Jew. Right. If you do now, he can't treat you the way he treats you.
Right.
He can't murder you the way he murders you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's heavy, sir.
Damn right, soldier. Damn right, man. And here's the problem that's that happens amongst this country, right? Whenever there's like an attack or a terrorist attack or some ridiculousness that happened from a hand of a black man, You know what I'm saying? They always want to look into his religious background, right? Oh, he's part of this organization. Oh, then now they group all of us up and say, see, Black Hebrew Israelites is this. You know what I'm saying? But when a Jewish man makes a derogatory statement towards Black people, they only isolate it to that single Jewish man. They don't group the whole community as a whole and say, hold on now, what is Jewish people doing for him to even say something like that? You get what I'm saying? They quick to investigate us, but why they're not investigating their community, man? You get what I'm saying? This is something that we have to understand as a people, man. They never intended for you to join them. What we need to do is separate and come back to our true identity as the Jews of the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's being persecuted, the ones that's in tribulation, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go into the world that he was talking about real quick. Let me just pull this information up real quick. Can you still hear me, Nishak?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I know you probably can't see me.
La.
Okay, but I just want to grab something real quick. Right? The Jewish Talmud. Oh man, I don't know if I'm able to. How am I able to put this up on the screen? No sweat. I'll read it. I'll read the Jewish Talmud, right? And this is the world that Donald Sterling was talking about, right? This is the foundation of Judaism, right? They base it not only on the Torah, not only on the Tanakh, but also the Talmud, right? Most Jewish people will tell you they don't believe in the New Testament, but they'll cleave onto that Talmud, though, right? So I'm gonna read a couple real quick. This is, I don't know how to pronounce it, Sepharim 15. Sepharim, I don't know. Some Yiddish, right? All right, this is written within the Talmud. It says, even the best of Goyim shall all be killed. Right? The word Goyim means what?
Oil?
Goyim.
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 I don't know, sir. Goyim.
Right. You're right. It's no sweat. It's Yiddish anyways, you know what I'm saying? But that means Gentiles.
Okay.
Right? He's talking about people that's not Jewish.
Right.
So they're saying in their Talmud, in their book, in their religious, is propagating hate. It's propagating hate against non-Jewish people, saying even that their best shall all be killed, man. Nobody investigates that. All right, I'm gonna read some more. Yabamoth, I don't know, some Yiddish. Yabamoth 98a. It says all children of Goyim are animals. This is their foundation of their religion. This is the world, right? Calling non-Jewish people animals. But they don't call them a cult or a hate group. Right? You speak against it, you're anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? I won't be surprised if this YouTube live stay up for any longer. You know what I'm saying? But this information has to be said. And I'm gonna read one more so I can get back to the live. Right? Is Sanhedrin 58b. And you can look this up. You can type in the Talmud and look it up. It's Sanhedrin 58b. I don't know how to pronounce these words. It's all good. But bear with me. It says, if a goy hits a Jew, he must be killed. Right? This is how they think about people that's not Jewish, that do not align themselves with Judaism. Right? They look at you as animals, that you must be died. Right? And they're protected by that, by their beliefs. That if you speak against it, not only are you liable to be canceled or to be labeled as anti-Semitic, right? But they believe that you should be killed, man. That you should be put to death, right? Now, that's discrimination, right? If you ask me. That's what you call hate, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the world Donald Sterling was talking about. Let's jump back to Revelations 2 and 9.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy work and tribulation, and poverty.
Right. Talking about the Jews, the black man in the ghetto, in the barrios, in the reservations. Read on.
Donald Khan. But thou art rich.
But thou what?
Art rich.
Right. Why is it saying thou art rich? What makes these people that suffer in poverty rich?
Donald Khan.
Get down, soldier.
Being chosen by the Most High.
There you have it.
Donald Khan.
Nah, go ahead. You was gonna say some more good shit. My bad.
If I may, being chosen by the Most High, and you know what I mean, like, and the culture that He gave us.
Damn right.
That He gave us. You know, if we, you know, take that on, then you know the whole world will see how rich we are.
Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you rich, man. Right? It's not determined by the money that's in your bank or that's in your pocket, right? Because a rich nigga is still a nigga in their eyes. That was Magic Johnson that took a picture with his wife. He's a basketball legend, got millions of dollars. You dig what I'm saying? He's respected in the NBA world, but this Jewish owner could not stand the fact that his mistress was mingling with a black man, regardless of all his millions. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because the riches that he see is that you are the chosen people of God, right? That he sees that you have the abilities that he can never achieve to. You know what I'm saying? So he want to outlaw you from ever gaining success, from ever getting above him. You know what I'm saying? Because the blood that flows through your vein, the reason why Magic Johnson is able to do that free throw, hook shot, 3-pointer, back behind the back spin, assist, you know what I'm saying, is because the blood that flows through his veins, man. You know what I'm saying? He is God's chosen people, a Jew. That's what makes us rich, right? Read on. You was gonna say something? Go ahead, word.
Like this Donald Sterling guy, he doesn't mind sleeping with one of the Goyals, right? And, but now she won't turn her back on her people, and that's what makes him mad. You know what I'm saying? What makes him mad? She won't turn her back, you know what I mean, on her people, like Shaquille O'Neal and Paul Barkley, you know what I mean? They'll, you know what I mean, do whatever for Donald Sterling. They turn their back on their people. But this sister didn't do it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And made it even worse, you know what I'm saying? That made it even worse, bro.
Damn right, man. I'm happy that you mentioned that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's written in the Talmud as well. If y'all bear with me, I'm going to run back to the Talmud, right? And I think it's written about dealing with relationships with other nations.
Right.
Okay, there it goes, right? In the Jewish Talmud, right, that Jewish people built their foundation of Judaism on, in Gad Shash, chapter 2, verse 2, Gad Shash, it's Yiddish, once again. You can look this up and find it for yourself. Chapter 2, verse 2. It says, a Jew may violate but not marry a non-Jew girl.
Wow.
What is that? What do you think that means, Nishad?
Like, the word violate, geez, I mean, like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, the word violate alone, man, I mean, like, God, you made, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like saying you can rape her, man. Like, you violate her, you know what I mean? Like,
you have it.
You know what I mean? Like, you can take her and just do whatever you want with her, but you don't fall in love with it, you know what I mean? Don't fall in love with it, you know?
Right.
God, boy, these people are monsters, man.
Monsters on this earth, man.
They're monsters. They're monsters.
And what do you think Donald Sterling woman was to him? What do you think he was doing unto her?
Violating her.
He was violating her, man. Right? Violating her. So much shows that she had a issue, you know what I'm saying, or try to sneak and record this man of all the violation that he's doing onto her. I'm sure when she walking around the house, he'll be like, nigger, come over here, pick this up. There's tons of tape of them violating black women, violating black people. I think I seen a video where they was at the bar or something like that, and some Jewish man just threw up on a black woman.
Damn.
Just threw up on her. You know what I'm saying? You know why he think he can do that? Because of the Talmud. Because of the culture that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, my bad.
Talmud, sir.
Get down.
Like the Talmud book that you're reading out of.
Mm-hmm.
How can I say it? It sounds like that. It's like, I know the devil is the deceiver, but like, you know how in movies and stuff they show the devil is, you know, this spirit or this, you know, this being and all this. That book sounds like the devil in a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the book alone makes it sound like it's some kind of devil
Michael
movie.
Myers.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? God, they're right, man.
Dang.
Sounds like Michael Myers with a yarmulke.
Right.
You know hey, Jason mask with a yarmulke. You got to, you know what I'm saying? They need to drop that. You know what I'm saying? Friday the 13th Jewish edition, the Talmud version. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is follow the script of the Talmud, and it's going to be horrific.
God,
you know
damn.
That's the world that they live in, man, where they constantly discriminate against black people, man. So why should we ever feel guilty for claiming to be a Jew? That is not discriminatory just by claiming to be a Jew, right? All the hate that we receive, all the trauma that we have been through, all the pain that we have to suffer. I have to feel bad to consider myself something greater than what the oppressor put on me. I have to feel guilty about that. I'm doing something wrong. Meanwhile, the fact that I don't even have an identity is not wrong. You get what I'm saying? What do you expect me to do? I'm a nigga in America with no identity. What do you expect me to do?
Right.
The hell you expect me to do? I'm going to take on an identity and I'm going to claim it as my own because the goddamn it, I don't have one. Why I don't have one? Because you stole it from me. You get what I'm saying? But nobody considers that an issue. Right. You going to say something in the shop? My bad.
Oh, yeah. What's that word for Gentile again? Gamu?
Goyim.
Goyim, yeah. Like, if you don't want to consider yourself a Goyim, you're anti-Semitic. Just because you don't want to be a Goyim, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be an animal.
Right.
Because you don't want to be an animal. Now you're
that is heavy word. That's heavy word.
White man is the devil.
Damn right, man.
That Jewish man is a devil, sir.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be an animal. Right? You don't want to degrade yourself. Right? He wants you to be killed. That's how he looks at you. As a Goyim. As a Gentile. Something that's just good as that. Right? And we should examine a religion as such that exists on this earth. How could that be possible? To have such a religion that's so hateful in their beliefs that they're allowed to own basketball teams. Right. They're allowed to own record labels.
Right.
They're allowed to own property in the neighborhood. If they have a violent religion as such as the Talmud, what do you think they're doing in the record labels? What do you think they're doing in the community? You think they're being peaceful about it? No, they're not. Because they have a religion that tells them that they can violate you, that they can kill you, that they can rob you, that you are animal, and they don't have to treat you fairly. And nobody examining that. But a nigga saying he a Jew, he hate group. That nigga's, you know, he nigh unto, you know, I ain't gonna say the H word, but he's nigh unto him. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's considering the trauma that they inflicted on us. Right? Let's continue on, Ward. 2 and 9.
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy
He knows the
of
what?
them. Come. And I know the blasphemy.
Real quick, if I could pause you there real quick, Austin the Shot. Somebody tell me what blasphemy is.
Come.
Blasphemy. What is that? This is a blasphemy, y'all. We investigating. Like I said, I am sitting here as the prosecutor. You know what I'm saying? Arguing my case to the Most High God that I have evidence of blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? I have evidence of hatred and bigotry, of discrimination. You know what I'm saying? And Judge, Your Honor, I want you to give me justice for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying stuff how I feel. This is something that's a known fact within the earth, man. Are not black people getting robbed out of their record label? Are not a people in Israel right now claiming to be a Jew? Do that not exist? Do they not have the ability to cancel you or to drop you out of your brand deals or kick you out of their basketball team if you claim to be a Jew as well? Well, somebody's lying. Somebody's is a blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's find out who. Let's get the definition. Somebody, whoever got the definition of blasphemy. Let's grab that real quick. Somebody, you got it, Warrior? And right, I see y'all in the chat. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Austin the Shot.
Come. Maybe I thought I had it. Hold on.
Okay. Damn right.
Come. I got it, sir.
Right. All these fit in one brother. Go ahead, soldier. My bad.
Blasphemy. In the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 90. To reproach or slack, sir. To report.
I'm ad-libbing. My bad. You got it.
To reproach or to bring a railing accusation against anyone is bad enough, but to speak lightly or
I ain't got it in front of me, so damn, my bad.
Correct something against God is a mortal sin. In Israel, the punishment for blasphemy was death by stoning.
Death by stoning. Man, this act was so heinous and so repulsive that you had to pay capital punishment for even exercising this, right? And like all of y'all was saying in the chat, is there any more in the shock that you wanted to read out of that, or that was good enough?
That's it, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of y'all was saying in the chat that fit under that definition, right? Something that is what it say? What it say?
A railing accusation.
Railing accusation. You know what I'm saying? What did it say before that?
To reproach or to bring a railing accusation against anyone is bad enough, but to speak lightly or carelessly of God is a mortal sin. In Israel, the punishment for blasphemy was death by stoning.
Right. A lie. You know what I'm saying? A reproach, a railing accusation, profane talk, heinous lies against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Are these people wrong what they saying? You know what I'm saying? Speaking sacrilegiously about sacred things, lies. Are they wrong for saying this? Or did we not just read the definition? We just read it for you, right? Now, Christ is getting ready to tell you who is this blasphemous person is. who is the one that's lying against the Most High? Who is making these railing accusations against the chosen people of the Most High? Read on.
So, Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them, which say they are Jews.
They are what?
Which say they are Jews.
They are what?
Which say they are Jews.
Now, before even Kyrie Irving made that post about Hebrews to Negroes, what did he identify as? Right? What was he? Did anybody ever think to that Kyrie Irving could possibly be a Jew? Did anybody think about that? The whole world knew him as what? African American, Black, Negro. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was so astonishing to see a Black man who's not normally classified as a Jew is posting something that he says that classifies him as a Jew. Was like, whoa, shocking. Kanye West, before he called himself the children of God and called himself a real Jew, what he was identified as? The whole world knew and understood that he was an African American.
This is crazy.
But the only people that gave him backlash was the people who took on the title of a Jew.
Right.
People that's in the ADL, people that's in the Jewish community. Hell, the owner of the NBA is Jewish as well. They had an issue with people like Kyrie Irving and Kanye West making those statements. You know why? Because they feel like they have the rightful title to being a Jew, and anybody that speaks against it is anti-Semitic. Because the whole world can identify them as the Jews. The people in Israel, the whole world identifies them as Jews. People with the circle hats, right? Like Austin Matazapag would like to say, pepperoni hats. You know what I'm saying? Hoping they don't ban me, you know what I'm saying? We gonna still rock it out, you know what I'm saying? But people with those circle hats on their head, they classify as Jews. People with strings on their pants, with the blue ribbons, the whole world knows them as Jews. But you're known as a nigga. So this is fitting only but one people, man.
Right.
The people who fought and killed Palestinian children, went to war, that's robbing the whole earth to sustain their nation. It only fits them, man. And that is the so-called Jewish man, whether he's Ashkenazi, Sephardic, Mizraim, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? He's claiming to be the Jew, and the whole world identifies as a Jew. But guess what? God said that it is a man. It is blasphemy for those that say they are Jews. Read on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Oh my goodness! Are we a hate group? Nishak? Is this? Did we write this? You wrote this. You must have wrote this. You know what I'm saying? What you got against these Jewish people, Nishak, man? Leave them alone, man. They didn't do nothing to us, right? That's what they tell us, right? You know what I'm saying? But the Bible is telling you, right? Nobody's casting out. Nobody's throwing the Bible away, right? Nobody's burning up the Bibles. Nobody's canceling the Bible. Kyrie Irving got his information from the Bible. Kanye West got his information from the Bible. And we also got our information from the Bible. Go ahead, Austin, the shot.
If I may say, what this Jewish man is doing is so crazy. Like, the information is out here. The information, the Jewish man himself is making books, writing books, making movies, you know, about the information that the niggas are the real Jews, right? But here's the thing. We have to make a decision. If you don't make the decision on your own to not take on that culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're in a hate group. Like, they want you to willingly say, I'm okay, I don't want to be the Jew. I'm not the Jew. You know what I mean? I'll stay over here, keep breaking God's laws, and just stay in the ghetto and stay on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stay on top. You know what I mean? Like they want you to willingly, you know what I mean? Like put yourself in a position that you are a goyle.
Oh, right, Goyo.
A goyle, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you try to, you know what I mean, make yourself not be a goyle, then you know what I mean. Like it's just anti-Semitic. You know,
That is heavy.
gotta kill you. You this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. You know what I mean?
That
Like
is God.
come.
I don't mean to cut you off.
There. But if you try to take on the information that they putting out there,
mm-hmm.
this white man is an animal. I can't, like it's mine. You're blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving me the information, but if I use the information, then I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
When he's the one that is making copies of it, that's producing the information.
Right. You know.
Right.
But if I take the information and use it, now I'm a criminal. Now I'm anti-Semitic. Are you? Man, this is crazy.
That's heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? This world is backwards, man. There is a double standard to hatred on this earth. There's a double standard to hatred, man. Right? Those false claims that they're placing on so-called Black Hebrew Israelites as anti-Semitic, you know what I'm saying? Those same tropes, right, also fits the Jewish man as well, too, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, they say, well, if Black people learn how to stick together, right, then maybe you want to be at the bottom. Right? They say that about us, right? This is a statement that they make about us. Now, imagine saying to Jewish people, if you were to stick together in the Holocaust, if you were to stick together, you would have never went through the Holocaust, man. Ooh. That's why you couldn't fight Hitler.
Wow.
I said, my bad. I didn't even need to say the word Salaki. You know what I'm saying? Right. Hopefully they go ban me if you want to, nigga. We out here. But you know what I'm saying? That's why you went through the Holocaust. Imagine saying that. Guess what they're gonna label you as? They're gonna label you as anti-Semitic.
Right.
Discrimination.
Right.
Bigotry.
Right.
Hateful.
Right.
But for you to say that unto a Black man,
mm-hmm.
it's passive. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we always got to look to blame ourselves for the issues on this earth. But the Jewish man, he has a right to point the finger at his enemies. He understands the reason why he went through the Holocaust is because of Nazis. That's why he went through the Holocaust. And the Nazis that hate him. Well, guess what? The reason why we suffering in America today is because the heathens that hate us. And nobody is saying that. Well, nobody's allowing us to say that they are to blame. But they are allowing them to blame Nazi Germany. You know what I'm saying? There is a double standard to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say unto the Jewish man that you think is discriminatory, that you can't say that's discriminatory, well, guess what? The same thing applies to the Black man as well, man. Because what you're saying discriminates against us as well, too. Because we are the real Jews, man. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, like there's like you was playing that tape earlier, I heard the devil say something that, you know what I mean? Like you said, I don't think a lot of people picked up on. Mm-hmm. When he was talking to his so-called girlfriend, he said, there it is. He said, it's like talking to an enemy.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said to her, it's like, he said, it's like talking to an enemy.
Ooh.
You know, we already know, like, she's not Jewish, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's telling her, he said, it's like, it's like I'm talking to an enemy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, that we're their enemies, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything you was bringing out earlier, you know what I mean? We're their enemy. And they know it. But guess what? They tell Black people to love everybody.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But they never do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They identify their enemies and attack. You know what I'm saying? That's it, sir. I just wanted
Damn right, man. Damn right, man. And don't nobody point the finger at them and say
Right.
what you're doing is wrong. Don't nobody. You know what I'm saying? And the staple of our quote unquote movement that we have going on, you know what I'm saying, which is not, should be classified as a movement because this is our nation that we're building. You know what I'm saying? But what they say is a movement, you know what I'm saying? They say it's based off of hatred. But meanwhile, they'll love to pull scriptures like thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian. Right? We have food drives where we even feed Edomites while we giving out food to our people. An little Edomite come up, guess what? We'll give him a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be like, you goyim, get out of here. You goyim, let me kill you. You goyim, you an animal. We'll give you a crumb off of the children's table. But yet we're depicted as hateful. Guess what? The real hate group, the cult-like hateful religion on this earth is Judaism, man, and the Jewish community. Because the Bible tells you, Most High Christ.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Damn right. Let's continue on, Ward.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer.
Right. Drop that. Let me get 3 and 9, Baba Kashah.
Revelation, sir.
Baba Kashah, 3 and 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
The what?
The synagogue of Satan.
The synagogue of Satan. Who worships in the synagogue? Black people, you go to church. Or you go to the mosque. Right? That's where you go to, or the strip club, or to the bar. You know what I'm saying? You ain't walking into no damn synagogue.
You know
what I'm saying? There is but one people that utilize places called synagogues. And God called them the synagogues of Satan. Something evil is going on in there. That's like unto Satan, man. If you could, Baba Kashah, man, if you could pull up the article of herpes given by rabbis, something like that. New York rabbi gives herpes to children or something like that. Baba Kashah. We're going to see. Listen, this is not something that we're trying to use as a anti-Semitic propaganda. This is not something that we're trying to do. We're not trying to promote anti-Semitism, right? What we're doing is reading out the Bible and putting 2 to 2 together, man, right? Like there's bad apples within the Black community that people love to bring up. Or why Black people doing this? Why Black people selling drugs? Oh, you want to complain about this, but you kill each other a lot. You love to bring about our bad apples within our community. But what about the bad in your community, man? Why is it so hidden? Why is it so much a secret about the evil that you do, man? What are you trying to hide? Let's just bring it out so we can deal with it. You should outlaw the bad ones in your community the same way you expect us to outlaw the bad ones in our community, man. Guess what? You guys are not all right. You don't have it all together. There is some evil going on amongst your community. In the record labels, in the ghetto, in the NBA, in whatever, there is some evil going on. Whatever you control in Hollywood, there is some evil going on. You got that article, Officer Shot?
Oh, I thought you wanted the video. Oh, select.
Oh, no. You ain't got to pull up the video.
Okay, come.
I mean, whatever. We think it suffice. We'll be more. Yeah, but whatever's convenient for you. But Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, they do evil on this earth, man. And it's always gets swept under the rug. But our evil is always placed on the forefront. Like they're the bad guy. They're wrong. They're evil. They're wicked. They're this. This is the problem with your community. This is the problem with who you are. And we're always beat down with low self-esteem, thinking that we're nothing. Because all we're promoted all day is that black people is worthless. That we're the problem. Because they always want to proliferate the bad apples within our community. Right? What about yours? This is not a discussion about us today. We're discussing about you. What do you have to say about your community? Are you going to take accountability for what goes on in your synagogues? Because God said it's something satanic in there. All right, you got that, officer in the shot?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Newsweek. The New York City Department of Health has issued an alert after an infant was infected with herpes earlier this month by a mohel who placed his mouth on the child's penis after
Oh
circumcision.
my goodness, that's a little too graphic, man. That's a little too graphic, Nashak. Oh my God, that's disgusting, man. No way they're doing that. There's no possible way they're doing that. Don't that sound a little bit satanic?
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
like pedophilia to me.
I was like, dang, you know.
Go ahead. My fault. I don't mean to cut you off. Read that one more time, boy. My bad.
Colonel Khan.
Ridiculous, man.
The New York City Department of Health has issued an alert after an infant was infected with herpes earlier this month by a mohel who placed his mouth on the child's penis after circumcision.
Guess what? Circumcision is written in the law, right? We all know circumcision is written in the law. But nowhere does it say in the Bible, under the law of Moses, that you must suck the baby's penis after you circumcise it. Where are they getting this from? It's not in the Torah. It's not in the Tanakh. It must be some lustful, fuel-driven desire to want to suck a baby's penis. And in doing so, you're giving young infants herpes. And this is done by rabbis. It's part of their practice in the synagogue. So think about all, oh my gosh, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Austin, the shot. Oh, my bad. Shalom, your Trooper Kanak in the building. You know what I'm saying? Most High Christ. Good to have you, Warrior.
Hey, Shalom, how about you? Shot Barack Thumb. I'm in the building with 5K. 5K equals 10. Still like it. Good to see y'all, sir.
Most High Christ. Yeah. Even a trooper holds rank, man. Listen, man. You better believe it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Austin, the shot.
Oh, yes, sir. So I'm thinking, like this is supposed to be like a rabbi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where the heck did he get? How did he get herpes?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to dig in that rabbit hole in the shot? Hold on now. That's a good question.
you know, like, how did he get herpes?
Hold on now. I don't know. This some unholy things going on in that synagogue in the shot. To where the rabbi got herpes.
They rabbis walking around with herpes. You know, wow. You know what I mean? Like, what the heck is going on over there?
What's going on over there? I'll tell you what's going on over there. Well, matter of fact, let's let the Bible tell you what's going on over there. Read Revelations 3 and 9 one more time.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
Guess what? That's what's going on over there. you have people who claim it to be Jews when they're really the devil the Bible speaks of, man. That's why they practice pedophilia in the synagogues. That is straight up pedophilia, man.
Okay.
They, you know what I'm saying? That is disgusting, man. And for you to have herpes at that, meaning you're doing something at your leisure that you shouldn't be doing. Even when you don't have to perform the circumcision, you're still doing a little something that you shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I mean, like, this circumcision, he's putting, what do they say, suction on the baby's penis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like to me, when he's not doing a circumcision, he might be putting suction on somebody.
That's exactly what they do.
You know what I mean? Like, this gotta be what's going on. He's putting suction on somebody else's rod throughout the week. You know what I mean? Throughout, the month or whatever,
Damn right. Listen.
How does he get herpes in your mouth? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to say you wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? If I had a bet on it, I'll put my money with you, Nishad. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way in hell you walking around with herpes in your mouth without, performing some sexual act.
Yes, sir.
No way. You know what I'm saying? You said Salakia Chupakandak, my bad.
Oh, sorry, I ain't mean to interrupt, but I was saying, I know y'all seen that video of that priest having sex at the church in the back with the prostitute. He sniffed some coke and went in. Niggas was doing coke in the church.
There you have
it. And having sex on in the church. Somebody from the window, the street window, was recording them.
Wow.
Good night. This is what they doing. You can find that video in the shock, man. I would love to see this, man. This is what all your religious institutions are doing. Because they're following after Satan, man. I don't care what you say. The Jewish man runs the world. I don't give a damn what you say. Well, guess what? It starts with him then. If he's at the top, guess what? His behavior would trickle down onto the rest of us, man. And the fact that they practice pedophilia in their synagogues, well, guess what? The rest of the world is going to think it's okay to be a pedophile, man. You know what I'm saying? And like Officer Hapak said, they are committing biological warfare on children. Damn right, man. And I just want to bring up the point based off what Officer Hapak is saying. For you brothers, I'm specifically talking about you black men that think you are only a Jew by converting to Judaism, shame on you if you know that they're practicing this in the synagogues and you don't say nothing about it, man. Shame on you if you know they're discriminating against black people and you don't stand up against it, man. Because you have black people like Mari Stoudemire, black people like Sean Poe, you know what I'm saying, the rapper Sean, black people like some brother named Nassam Black or whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying, some famous rapper out in Israel who converted to Judaism rather just taking on their natural identity as Jews, man. So guess what, Amari Stoudemire, are you allowing your child to get their penis sucked by a rabbi? Is that what you're doing, Amari Stoudemire? You say Kanye West is wrong for making this statement, but you don't think what your rabbi is doing is wrong? What about you, Sean? You gonna speak against it? That Nassam cat looks like he sucks all the rod in there. Salaki, he a brother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that cat in there, fully down with them Jewish cats. He's like what's that cat off of Dave Chappelle that was blind in the KKK? You know what I'm saying? Like this brother, that's exactly him. Like he fully thinks he's Jewish. They're where he can't even separate the two from being black and Jewish. He's just fully Jewish, man. Well, guess what, black man? You don't have to convert to be a Jew. You don't have to get down with some type of religion to be a Jew. And for damn sure, you don't have to suck no baby's penises to be a Jew. It's your God-given right to be a Jew, man. It's what flows through your veins, man. You are the descendants of the Jews, man. The antiquity Jews of the Bible, man. The Israelites. You are the blood relatives of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. This is who you are by identity, by nationality, ethnicity, whatever you want to classify it as. This is who you are. And these people are nothing but lies, man. Right? Let me read some of y'all comments, man. It says Salakia. Y'all read that real good. That is so disgusting. Disgusting. It says, how do they even rationalize touching a baby in that manner? Right. And think about it. It's freshly off of a circumcision. So meaning the blood is still there. Right? When you do perform a circumcision, you're going to bleed. And they're taking their mouths to suck on his baby penis. You know what I'm saying? And sucking up all the blood out of this baby's penis. That is disgusting, man. Disgusting. But nobody questions it, man. Somebody need to start questioning it. I need a Jewish person. If a Jewish person in the class, hop in the live, man. I want you to come on here and denounce what's going on in the Jewish synagogue. Denounce it, man. If you a stand-up, upright Jewish man, a Jewish woman, a Jewish child, speak against the bad apples, man, so we can make this right. All right? You said the old Coke and Poke. Clayton Bigsby. That's what he is, the blind fellow, man. Clayton Bigsby. All right. So let's drop that for time's sake. Right? Let me get Matthew 15 and 24.
Okay.
And start me up at start me at 21, Baba Kashak.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon.
Right. Tyre and Sidon. Right. He's out there teaching, raising up so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who are the true Israelites. This is who Christ came for. Right. Read on.
Okay. And behold, a woman of Canaan.
A woman of what?
Canaan.
A woman of Canaan. Right. To get the official identity of this woman, it also mentions this story or this act in another book in the New Testament. Let's just jump to Mark 7 and 26 real quick, and then we'll jump back to Matthew. I just want to get the identity of this Canaan woman, if she's actually Canaan, because we know Canaan is a Hamitic people, right? An African people, right? Well, let's see if she was of the blood descendants of Ham, right? Let's get Mark 7 and 26 real quick.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Oh,
the woman was a Greek.
Oh, my bad. Start me at verse 24 real quick.
Yes, sir. Mark 7 and 24. And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon, and entered into a house, and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid. For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, and came and fell at his feet.
Right. You're Christ, a hardcore black man, a Jew at that. You know what I'm saying? Teaching his people how to get right, man, like he's supposed to do. And of course, with all his power and authority, these other nations is taking witness of it. And they see his people getting healed. So they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to take my shot in getting healed from this black man with all this power and authority. Right? Read on.
Come. Verse 26. The woman was a Greek.
The woman was what?
A Greek.
She was a Greek by bloodline. This is who she was. Greeks are known historically as what? What are they?
Mm-hmm.
They're white people, right? They're white, right? They descend from Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? This woman being a Greek, living in the region of Canaan, you know what I'm saying? Or Africa, Northern Africa. All right, this woman was a Greek. Yeah? The Greek people ruled that region at that time. Right? The Romans ruled that region at that time, which is a follow-up of Greek culture. And you had white people spread out all throughout those regions, stealing identities, the same way they doing today. Hell, at camp, a white man was telling us, I know you remember the shot. A white man was telling us, you know, said, I'm more black than you because I'm South African. You remember that dude? He was like, I'm more black than you because I'm South African. First of all, we're not African. That's the first of all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the reason why you can claim to be South African, because the people went over there colonizing that land. That's why you can consider yourself South African, because that is not your land. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? They've been doing it ever since the time of Alexander the Great, going in other people's lands, conquering their lands, and dwelling on their lands. So this woman was dwelling in the land of Canaan, was a white woman, right? Let's jump back to, or you can reside Phoenician by nation, right? That which is Canaan, right? It's Northern Africa. So let's jump back to Matthew, where we left off real quick.
15. All
right, you got it, Ward.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David.
Thou son of David, a Jew. This nigga's a Jew, man. Christ was a real Jew, man. And a black one at that. Read on.
My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil.
Right, she got problems. Right, some white woman scoundering around, seeing Christ healing his people. So she want to heal her daughter. Read on.
But he answered her not a word.
Yeah, but he did what?
But he answered her not a word.
What did he do to her? Say it in simpler terms. Go ahead.
He ignored her.
He ignored her. She came up to Christ with her daughter, thinking that Christ is going to somehow heal her daughter, as if Christ gave a damn. Christ didn't give a damn about her daughter vexed with a devil. He straight up ignored, man. Read on.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away.
To do what?
Send her away.
No, heal her.
Send her away.
No, we're all together, Christ. Just love her too.
Send her away.
Come on, Christ. Don't you have love for her, for other nations too, Christ?
Send her away.
Guess what? The disciples says, man, get rid of this bitch. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of her, man. Send her away. Read on.
For she crieth after us.
Guess what? She was bothering her, man. Bothering her. Pleading with them. Please heal my child. Please heal my child. And Christ was ignoring her the whole time. That's in the Bible. Read on.
But he answered and said.
Now he's finally answering now. The whole time he was ignoring her. Now we're going to see why he was ignoring her. Read on.
I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So why was Christ ignoring this lady?
I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Guess what, man? Christ only came for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You cannot come here and think you're going to be a part of us by some conversion, by picking up some book and translate it in Yiddish and wearing a circle hat and now you're a Jew now. You can't just convert to being another nationality, man. It's not about religion. It's about nationality. I can't convert to being Chinese if I wanted to. Well, I mean, in today's society, who knows? You got transracial, transgender, trans, all type of trans. You know what I'm saying? Transformers is out here. A nigga can say he a pencil today, and they'll accept it. So who knows? But damn, you should know that nobody can actually, choose the identity who they want to be without having the appropriate bloodline of it. That's just common sense. And he only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. His people. You cannot convert. Read on.
Then came she and worshipped him.
And did what?
And worshipped him.
What that sound like?
It's like you say, groveling and bowing down, and I don't think she touched his garment, but you know how they be like, be trying to grab on. You be seeing in the movie, and they be the peasants be at their feet, and they be trying to, oh Lord, my Lord, you know what I mean? Kind of like begging all on. She on all fours,
God,
begging them.
Give it to me in West lingo.
You say give it to you in One West?
Yeah, lingo. What would we call that?
Boot kissing?
There you go. Get him. Guess what? We get boot kisses out there because Christ was getting boot kisses, man. You know what I'm saying? They bowing down unto us because the power that we serve, man. Because the righteousness that we do for our people, man. They see the authority in us, man. And they know the only good that exists on this earth is these niggas on the corner. Regardless of what media labels us as. We are the good of this earth, man. We are the superheroes. We are the light of this earth, man. And if you want any type of sympathy, or any type of, reverence or anything, you better bow down to the feet of these good men, of these priests and prophets, man. You better bow down to them, man. And maybe they'll show you some, they'll show you some mercy if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we ain't gonna harm you. You know what I'm saying? But we'll do it like the disciples did it and send your ass away. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say something, Austin, the shot?
Oh, sir.
Kyle, let's continue on. Trooper Kanat.
Wakan, sir. So like him. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meat.
It is not what?
It is not meat.
What does the word meat means? What does that mean?
Like I said, does that mean right or not right, but it's not good.
That's a good definition. That's a good definition. Damn right. Shalom, y'all. Officer, y'all south. No sweat, warrior. Kyle, I see you gave an answer as well. Okay, acceptable. That's a good definition. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all correct. It's not necessary. It's not acceptable. It's not okay. It's not good to do. What is not good to do? Read on.
It's like, but he answered her and said, it is not meat to take the children's bread.
To take the children's bread. Who are the children?
The children of Israel, sir.
Right. Give it to me within context of the scriptures that we just read about, though. Who would be considered the children?
The Jews.
Which is true, right? But based upon what the scriptures that we read prior to this, the verses that we read prior to this, who would it be?
The disciples?
What word Christ used? What's phrase Christ used?
The lost sheep.
There you go. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. They are the children. That's who the children is. And the bread is the glory and the blessings that belong to them. That's written of in Deuteronomy 28. That belongs to us, man. This book is the bread that belongs to us. The word of God that we're reading about is the bread that only belongs to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Christ said, a man should not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. I'm paraphrasing. This is what gives us life in the hell that we suffering under these circle hats devils, man. This is what give us life, man, because it only pertains to us. And Christ was not trying to get people to convert to his side. That's not of his race. That's not of his people. He's not concerned about them. He's making sure that he loves the people that need it the most. And if I look around and examine this earth, I only find out that my people, black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people are the one people that need love the most out of everybody on this earth. They got their own land, every nation. They got their own government, their own society. They had their own record labels and basketball teams. You know what I'm saying? But our people are constantly discriminated against, constantly being undermined, constantly being trodden down. But the only thing that's going to give us life out of that circumstance is this word that we're reading about, man. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? Read on.
It is not meat to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
And do what?
Cast it to dogs.
Damn. So who's the dog then? If the lost sheep is the children, then who's the dog?
The other nations.
There you have it. There you have it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to protect us from hateful religions like the Talmud, man. This is what protect us, man. This is what Christ was about, protecting his people from people like that, man, who wanted to take advantage of the people that's on the bottom, man. The little bit that we have, they still take it from us. The ghetto that we live in, they gentrified the whole thing. Go to Brooklyn right now. That shit ain't, that's like, that joint ain't Brooklyn no more. Go to certain parts in California. Go to certain parts in Harlem. Hell, go right here in Orlando on Paramore. Paramore is one of the first prominent black communities in Orlando. Guess what they end up doing to it? They gentrified the whole damn thing and built a soccer stadium right in the middle of it. Now you left with black people without a home. Or what, to watch a soccer game? Well, to protect us from stuff like that, Christ had to come and give us salvation from these dogs, man, that selfishly rape and rob us out of our funds, man. This is what Christ had to do. You know what I'm saying? Drop that. Let me get 2 Kings. Let me get 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 34.
Come. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 34. Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not the Most High, neither do they their statutes.
Start me up verse 22, Baba Kasha. Same chapter. So we can get some context of what we're reading about.
2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 22. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam,
Our people is going off. Read on.
which he did. They departed not from them until the Most High removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants, the prophets.
Right. It was prophesied in this book that the Lord will cast us away. We will be scattered throughout the nations in captivity. Right. And we're reading about it coming to pass. Right. Read on.
Yes, sir. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria until this day. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kaf and from Avah and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
So what does that sound like? What is that? Try to explain that in modern terms. What does that sound like? Go ahead.
Gentrification.
Get it, brother. Ahead. Right? This was practiced thousands of years ago, where they took the rightful owners of the people of that land and placed them out of that land, and took people who didn't belong on that land and moved them in to control the land of the people that they just kicked out. That sounds like gentrification. They did it on a mass level within our nation. Our people was getting leaving out, and it was flooding heathens in, people of other nations in our land. Right? These people living on our land that don't belong there. They're not the children of Israel. They're not the Jews. Right? Read on.
And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Right. Samaria, which is the northern part of Israel. You had heathens in our land. Right? Read on.
And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Most High.
They didn't fear the Most High, meaning they didn't keep the law, statute, commandments. These heathens did not keep the commandments of the Most High while living in our land. Read on.
Therefore, the Most High sent lions among them, which slew some of them.
Right. He plagued them because they on our land that belongs to us, but they're defiling it by not keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. So you know what the Lord had to do? He had to flex his power real quick. You know what I'm saying? He started plaguing those heathens, man. Read on.
Verse 26. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nation which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land.
Right. The manner of the people that just kicked out. Israel understood the manner of the God of that land because we are the chosen people of God and the laws belong to us. But when we got kicked out, other people moved in and they didn't know the culture of an Israelite or what it means to be a Jew. Read on.
Therefore, he had sent lions among them, and behold, they slew them because they know not the manner of the power of the land. Then the king of Samaria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let them go and dwell there.
Right. So what did they end up doing? They end up getting the priest from Israel that was kicked out and brought him back to the land amongst the heathens. Right? For a purpose. Right? Read on.
And let him teach them the manner of the power of the land.
So he can do what?
Teach them the manner of the power of the land.
Now, what does that sound like in today's terms, today's speaking? All right.
Oh, shoot.
Starts with a C.
Slakia. Conversion.
You get a brother. You know what I'm saying? Conversion. Right? They became converted to dwell on that land. They was not Israel by blood. Right? They try to take on the identity of the true Jews just so they can maintain power and control of that land. But like I mentioned before, you cannot convert to being a Jew, man. You can't do it. Either you're a Jew by blood, born a Jew, or you're not one. But these people, because of power and control, they try to take our culture. Well, guess what? If you fast forward to today, history repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun. These people took our culture because we've been misplaced out of our land, took our culture and converted into being a Jew only for power and control. Only for power and control. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they're in the synagogues sucking baby penises, man. And nowhere that is found in the law. These people are putting on a front to being you. The only way there's going to be peace on this earth if the true people of God start to rise up. That's the only way, man. Right? The Lord is plaguing the whole earth right now. We just read about how he plagued them in that land right now. But he's plaguing the whole earth. Well, guess what? To put the plagues at ease, to appease the wrath of the Most High, you have to put the children of God back in their rightful place. Right? We're like the lost treasure, like some Indiana Jones movie. You know how they take the movie, the treasure, and they get cursed. You get what I'm saying? They had some mythical curse ends up following them.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? That's what happened to us, man. You took us out of our land. Now a curse is pursuing this whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now to fix everything, to make it right, you have to put the rightful owners of that land back in that land, man. Because that land do not belong to no converts. You have to be a Jew by blood. Right? For time's sake, you can drop that. You gonna say something else in the shot?
Oh, la, sir, you nailed it. I mean, I'm on time.
Most High in Christ. Well, let's drop that. Let me get 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Verse 3.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man decide, let no man deceive you by any means.
By any means. By any means, man. Whatever it takes, don't let nobody deceive you. Read on.
For that day shall not come.
Mm-hmm. The day that shall not come. What is that talking about? Go ahead.
When Yahushua comes and saves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians from these converts.
Right. You're exactly right, man. You know what I'm saying? What they call the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? It's not going to be the end of the planet Earth, but it's going to be the end of your world.
Right.
The world that Donald Sterling was talking about. The world that discriminates against black people. The world that promotes hatred towards black people. The world of the Talmud. That day is going to come to an end. That world is going to come to an end. But there must be a significant sign that must come first before that day comes. Read on.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Guess what? Some people's gonna have to lose their lives in this. Some people's gonna have to lose out in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a wicked monster that's ruling this earth, man. And the day of the Lord is going to come. And we're going to read to you what must happen in order for that day to come. Read on.
Come. Except they come a falling away first.
Mm-hmm.
That the man of sin be revealed.
That who?
The man, Salakia, that man of sin be revealed.
Read on.
The son of perdition.
Who is this man of sin that is talking about? The son of perdition. Who that? Who is the man of sin? All right, there is a man that is the access of evil, the access of sin. Who is the man of sin? What is that talking about?
Slacking.
Go ahead.
Is it talking about Esau?
You said who?
Is it talking about Esau?
Right, get a brother in. Right? He is the man of sin. Why is he being referred to as the man of sin and the son of perdition? Read on. Oh, real quick, the definition of perdition, real quick. Just for people that's in the class. We can grab that real quick.
Perdition and the Zondervan Bible, so like your compact Bible dictionary, page 446. Perdition, son of, a phrase used to designate two men of the New Testament. Christ uses it in referring to Judas, it's like Judas Iscariot, John 17 and 12. Paul uses the same title in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, applying it to the man of sin, who is the Antichrist. It is derived from the custom among the Hebrews of nothing, it's like of the Hebrews of noting a certain trait or characteristic in a person and then referring to him as the son of that trait.
It gives a little too much Christian dogma with the definition. I'll take the Webster's definition if you can pull that up. It made it a little too complicated. You know what I'm saying? We just want the perdition. We don't need you to explain to us what the verse is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Esau over here trying to make sense of what it is. We just want the definition, Esau. Right? What is perdition?
Okay, Oxford Language Dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
A state of eternal punishment and damnation into which a sinful and unprudent person passes after death. Oh, that's even worse.
That's good enough. That's the you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's meant for destruction. Right? Condemnation. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's exactly what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? The man of sin must be revealed. Right? And like the brother said, Esau, which is the so-called white man. Because right now he's not looked at as the man of sin.
Right.
Right? People don't think that his nation will ever fall. He don't look like he's ever gonna fall into destruction. Right? He's looked at as the Jew, the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? He's looked at as the American, land of the free. Well, the Bible just call him the man of sin, right? Because there is a sinful act that he's doing on this earth. Read verse 4.
Come. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
Read on.
Showing himself that he is God.
What is the sin that he's doing?
Come.
What is he doing?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
He's trying to say he's God.
That's what he's trying to do.
Come.
He's trying to say he's God. He's trying to say he's chosen by God. He's trying to say he's sent by God, that God only deals with him. And you're just a goyim. Well, guess what? That is a lie, man. You know what I'm saying? And all they're doing is puffing themselves up, building themselves up just to be destroyed by the hands of God. Black people, you ain't got to do nothing. All you got to do is turn back to your culture. And don't be ashamed to be a Jew, man. Because these people, they are the real anti-Semitics. They are the real anti-Semitics, man. And they're constantly perpetuating discrimination against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Well, it's about time we stand up against it, man. With that, man, any last words, Officer Shock? What you want to let them know, man?
No, you nailed it, sir. I mean, like, I can't even add nothing to it, sir. Most High in Christ.
Man, Most High in Christ, man. The water to you, warrior. Trooper Canuck, you want to add something, man?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Yeah, right. White man, this is the devil, man. The water, man. The big up to these officers and these troopers in the chat. Officer the Shock, Trooper Canuck, everybody that participated in today's class, man. Class will continue on tomorrow. Same channel. Make sure y'all tune in, man. With that, shalom, Israel.
Shalom, sir. Y'all bashim yasha barakatah.
Yabba